The industrial era. We are literally industrializing as we're coming into this era, so I quite like that. There's a bit of symmetry here I wasn't expecting. Triangular trade has been fun, but skyscrapers, public works, these are the cards I need for now because we're going to get wonder building in about a second as soon as Angkor Thom hits 20 pop. Dedication. What do we want? Exuncta Connors? What is the continent split looking like? Oh, there's actually different continents out here, which is nice. Some of it's my own continent. In fact, all this is my own continent, but stuff out here would be cool. Reformer coinage is good if you've got international routes. I have all domestic, so that's rubbish. Heartbeat of steam. Not many campuses, but I do have a few and I am building them. Like, I've got one being built there and then I've conquered a bunch. Not super helpful. To arms would be good if I want to go to war with people. Against Coupe, that would be good. But I think Exuncta Connors is the most fun, especially because we've got a couple of settlers. Oh, I forgot to make them. Got to make the rest of the settlers. All right, fine. Maybe this is something we can just manually build. 4 turns on a settler? Nah, that's annoying. I totally forgot about that. Never mind. Your land stays green and your water's clean and clear. Really? I've been chopping oh, sure. I mean, I guess like we've got a lot of marsh around, haven't we? As long as Coupe doesn't know how much marsh I used to have. That's the main thing. 20 population. Here we go. We should be able to build wonders really quickly now. Oh yeah, we can. Okay. Well, first of all, Ruhr Valley seems like a good place to start, doesn't it? Or Casa? Don't really need the governor titles. Taj Mahal. There's a lot of fun stuff there. Let's go Ruhr Valley. Okay, so 8 turns. This will be pretty quick to improve, I would suspect. Oh, I've realized you can Ludwig this. I didn't realize this until now. Just by putting a wonder down is enough to improve the trade routes. I kid you not. Oh, why did I not figure this out before? That's brilliant. We can put Taj Mahal down over there. We've now gone up to +6. Yeah, literally the routes are just getting higher and higher. Like, how many can I afford to put down in a go? I'm going to put Forbidden City down here as well. Okay, we now have 14 food routes coming into my capital. Okay, Patuquin as well. That's now 50. Yeah, okay, these routes are ridiculous. Let's build it in order. Let's go there, then there, then there, then there, then there. Right, that should be plenty. He says, spotting another thing immediately after. Quickly get that tile. Mont Saint Michel. Of course, I can put Mont Saint Michel down as well. Oh, excellent. Probably won't get all of these wonders. In fact, I'm almost certainly not going to get all these wonders, but it's good fun to try. And the trade routes are now 16 food, 14 production, 9 gold, 9 faith. Oh, yes. Well, okay then. That's a bit of okay. Coupe isn't happy with many people. That's good. Georgia will declare a war on Coupe with me. Excellent. We can get Hungary involved as well. Reason why I'm jumping on this really quickly is because I've actually found a situation where I can isolate this settler. So I'm going to do that right now. Even if Coupe decides to settle, we can steal that city really quickly and we haven't got steel walls yet. Colossus. I needed more trade routes, so I got some more +1 trade route capacity. This is in my desert city just to the left of my capital. Having to keep track of all the cities that now have routes to my capital. It's too good to send them anywhere else. Kabasa, I think, needs one. As many cities to 10 population at the very minimum, but then we're getting to 15 pop pretty quickly as well. Another lighthouse down here as well. That means you get a trade route as well, do you? No. Oh, that's a shame. I don't have enough gold in my treasury. Boo! My elephants don't mind. They're just having some fun with this pikeman. And so, the settler's mine. Now let's go find that other settler. Oh, there's 2 settlers up here. Oh, this is why Coupe hasn't done much this game, as they've just been sending settlers over and over and over to the same place. I love it when the AI does that. That's so funny. We can laugh at it. We can all laugh at it together. Sprawling empire time often happens as soon as you do a load of conquering. Would you really want to do any other trade route? I mean, look at that Chonkathor and see how quickly we can make this into a Petra desert city. That's the sort of trade route that will help quite a lot. We took 50 turns off Petra and we're growing in 1 turn. Excellent. Excellent. It's good. It's good when things come together, isn't it? And 2 more settlers. Might as well colonize this entire island, I say. Right, elephants, back to sea. We must go on. Coupe is calling. It's the Great Barrier Reef settle, and it's the first city on Antarctica, apparently. Cool. I want to see as well, owning one of these tiles. Let's see how this changes my empire. Oh yeah, look at that. It's mucked about with all of the yield icons, but every single one of my fish and whales and crabs now has +1 gold. Amazing. Oh, Oh, Eastern Orthodoxy. This is George's religion. That's the one I want to keep, actually, thinking about it. I'll wait and see if anyone converts me, because if they do, that's Feed the World. And Feed the World comes in very handy when you're trying to get to 20 population cities. Very handy. Okay, Coupe's very tiny navy has reappeared, which is bigger than my navy. I do need to point that out. I have no navy at the moment, but we won't mind, really. Gonna check up in the frozen north. I just get the feeling there's more settlers on this island. If there were 2 already, who knows how many there might be. Right, just pull my elephants back a little bit. If we're gonna get attacked by this navy, ooh, yep, I like that. I want to at least bombard it a bit. Yeah, there we go. What you gonna do about that? Shall move my general to that tile. Hopefully they'll attack that rather than pillaging my trader. If they were sensible, they'd pillage this trader because it's huge. Got a lot of gold from it, I think. You never know. We might get away with it. Let's get an ironclad. I like the sound of an ironclad. No, they took the bait. They took the bait. Good. Good. I'm glad they did. All right. So what we can do is just continue killing all these units by leaving my general in weird places. And as these boats fly around, I should be able to just hit them all one by one. I like it. You can almost feel my capital beginning to rev up now. Ruhr Valley, 20% production in the city, 1 production for each mine and quarry. If this doesn't give me about 15-20 production, I would be very sad indeed. But now the multipliers are all beginning. Now the production begins to grow. The city's unhappy again. It's annoying. I think that's just a natural byproduct of the fact that I'm settling everywhere now, which is inevitable. Let's get Forbidden City in. Such a big city. It just requires so many amenities. How many does it need? 10 at the moment. Oh, getting 9 from entertainment and 0 from luxuries, even though there's 15 in my empire. Wow. Yeah, that is an inefficient amenity setup for my empire at the moment, but don't worry, we'll get there. Also, this trap is working perfectly. Look, we managed to capture another one of their naval units there, bring the general back in. They can't help themselves. They just can't help themselves. It's hilarious. Thank you. Come again. Thank you. These are solid mines now in my capital, and each one I build just increases the production crazily. Trade city-states was chosen last time on the World Congress, and again, I loved culture bombing, especially when I've got a unique district that's so cheap to build. It's wonderful. Yes. There you go. You see, people love to see me have fun, and I respect that. The good thing about this city from Coupe is it doesn't look like there's any other city near it, so if we take this one, shouldn't be a lot of resistance. My elephants are all landing en masse. They're just like, hello, don't mind us. We're just Ursa's elephant army, just casually doing what we do best. These 2 things should boost the production in my city a little bit. Oh, well, happiness seems to have swung round. Not sure about that, but 121. Now I can buy the zoo. Yeah, I mean, if the city isn't happy after that, who knows what needs to be done to make it happy. And the landing has been made. Might take a little while for my elephants to get into battle positions, but I can make 1 tiny attack against the city. Sean Kelly just says, I'll start this. Don't worry about it. It's fine. And Lord Paulie, I just made you a core. I just thought it was worth it. Emergency is over. Please make peace now. You know you want to. I don't like the war weariness. Oh no, a boat. Quick, get on to land. Everybody into position. Actually, that's everyone in position, isn't it? Excellent. And then we'll go 1, 2, 3. Oh no, the hill's in the way. Oh, this is the most awkward city. Damn. All right, never mind. Next time. Coupe wants peace. Tempting. Oh, there's the peace deal we were after. All right, Congo is now at peace with us. Good. So now we can focus on truly making friends with them. Oh no, Forbidden City, that was 1 turn away. And it's just given me Cocotuin instead. I wanted to choose what my production went into. I guess that's the problem about queuing everything up. We also got Mausoleum, which is great because I actually had Da Vinci stood around ready to use a double boost, replaceable parts, a bit more culture. I can't believe that. That was 1 turn away, Forbidden City. And because of that, annoyingly, all my trade routes are slightly worse as well. Guess we could get St. Basil's, which would improve 1 tile. Is it worth it? I'm going to put it down. I may not end up finishing it, but at least it makes the trade routes better again. That makes me feel better. Can't believe that. How annoying. At least I've got a warrior monk army, eh? At least. Yeah, I'm going to lose all these elephants if I don't make peace now. Let's rethink this particular war with Coupe. We'll take some money. I'll leave. And, yeah, I'll come back a bit stronger. This was not going to work. I was going to lose all my named elephants. And I like my named elephants too much. They're wonderful. They're great. Scientific theory means that I'm now onto flight. Once we get flight, all of our prasats will start to gain a ton of tourism, and then we can start to look to see how easy a culture victory might be. I think we'll be onto something. I think it'll be alright, especially when we take conservation. Then we'll start to have some fun aspects, and there's a lot of national parks that are available in my empire, you know. Good thing I've got almost 7,000 faith just kicking around. Yep, of course I do. Don't even worry about it. Once I've gone off conservation, I'm going to drop into urbanization to pick up a neighborhood. That way I can start pushing my housing cap above 20 on any city that's struggling to grow. Some of them are doing fine, but the berets are only so good, and we need to just keep pushing this advantage. What is Aries? That's a good find. I have a lot of industrial zones. Those will be very powerful once I get that bonus in, which, speaking of, once we get conservation, it's a good time to pick up the wonderful diplomatic league. Yet again, look, craftsmen, veterancy, limes, we've got a lot of cool stuff going on at the moment. This is all in the continual hunt, the goal for more trade routes. Every time I see a new trade route, I smile a lot. Speaking of liberalism instead of wonder production, I know Angkor Thom is using it, but just keeping the city happy gives it a 10% bonus anyway, because that was a -1 before. Ooh, Eastern Orthodoxy has finally arrived. That's Feed the World. That is Feed the World. This is actually what I wanted. Currently, I've got a lot of choral music in my land. I like that. That's culture. But this is housing. That means we can get to 20 population super quickly. So I will start to make some apostles, and I will start to defend this religion quite considerably. I will adopt it. It will be mine. And then we need to try and find national parks. These are often more difficult than you would like to think. Okay, I'm quite proud of that. By moving some tiles around, we've found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots for national parks. Make me happy. Make me happy. Will I ever get used to these trade routes? No, I don't think I will. And with Diplomatic League in, I've now got 5 envoys, which I'll dump all straight into Buenos Aires. Discover that the world is round. Discover a bunch of other city-states at the same time. But now I have extra amenities and more production from my coal power plants, which will massively help my capital. Would you like to count with me? 1 national park. Ha 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 ha. Then we can have 2 national parks. That's 3 national parks and 4 national parks. And a 5th is on the way, but we'll you know, it's got to actually walk there. Hoping that starts to shoot my tourism up quite nicely. Speaking of, probably best I start doing things like open borders with people now. Start sending trade routes to them. As much as I love my internal routes, tourism is key. It's Casa. This is a very pretty casa next to all these other wonders. Amazing. As you can see, pretty much every single city I have is on the same continent. It's kind of useless, but we will enjoy it nonetheless. So I'm currently on 156 tourism before flight. And of course, before Petra, which makes this city suddenly ridiculous. Oh my lord, that's a good city. 256 tourism. Okay, that's a good chunk of tourism from our special temples. We'll continue building them, but the more cities I get above 20 pop, the better this gets. Look, Prasat, 20 tourism if the city is 20 population or higher. Oh yes, and we're successfully spreading Feed the World now, which gives me 4 more housing, especially in my Pangala city. That's a big deal. We've unlocked flight. That means we've got to go radio advanced flight, just in case I want to cross the border and drop some bombs on Hungary, which is proving more and more tempting now that my elephant army has finally arrived. I mean, I should point out right now, my elephant army is possibly as useless and far behind as it could be, but it's still an elephant army, and that's what matters. If we can start killing some of these Catholic apostles, yeah, that makes a bit of a difference. This will help me just to remove all of this heretical religion from my lands as quickly as possible. National Park number 6. Keep them coming. This island is amazing for national parks. So much unimproved land around here. We start to build neighborhoods. We look for aluminium. All things that help us to grow. Yes, our housing is starting to grow and grow and grow. Remove yourself from my land. There we go. More Feed the World. Keep spreading. Keep doing the literal Lord's work. Now we've got a decent amount of culture. Trade routes are being deployed. This is painful. I don't want to be sending these trade routes at all. My internal ones are so much better, but no, we must. We must. Taj Mahal finished. No Dark Age ever again. Only golden with this much extra era score. And my capital is just building wonder after wonder after wonder. Maybe one day it'll get bored. Who knows? Now that I've got the Guru wonder, my apostles are very, very strong. Still spreading. Yes, this is good. Feed the World. Give me Feed the World. That's all I need. What's that? Another national park? Look at these 3 tessellating like this. Beautiful. Mont Saint Michel. I've got a lot of apostles fossils just running around at the moment. That would be very useful if they all had Martyr if I wanted relics. I don't particularly need relics, but what I could do is I could now get apostles of other religions and then just throw them to get killed in order to get relics that way. That wouldn't be too bad an idea, you know? It's a bit diabolical, but I do like it as an idea. Oh, and just in case you were worried, you didn't think I'd forgotten about railroads. No. There may be a railroad through the middle of this little feature, but let's not worry about that. It's a feature. It's a feature. That's what it is. Advanced flight, and I've just noticed we have another city at 20 pop now. That's awesome. 2 cities at 20 pop. We've got a few more to come, but that is growth. Oh, I was going to put another trade route down, and yep, of course, it sinks underwater before we can do that. Okay, well, next up, computers, because we need the extra tourism. And also, I am starting to flood the world a little bit now with my coal plow and hideous addiction to railroads. I mean, it's pretty scary. If I don't build a railroad within 3 turns of the last one, I start to break out into sort of all sorts of shakes. My eyes dilate, I get all fiddly, fidgety. It's awful. Just give me railroads all day and all night. This is one of those weird occasions where Congo is losing their last city. I don't want to inflict loyalty pressure. I wish I could just turn it off or offer them a cultural alliance that, as somebody that I've defeated in war, they just couldn't resist. I mean, it might be a bit OP, but that's what I'd like to do. A 3 factory and workshop in a city. I always like James Watt, especially because I've been building quite a few new industrial zones. Speaking of, there's one over here. Hick-Sunk-to-the-Connors. Doesn't work here because this is technically my continent. Oh, the only reason I built this is because this actually fits a national park. I'd like to do that next turn. We need tourism. It's one of the easiest ways of getting it. This is in my capital. It's in Basel's Cathedral. 100% religious tourism from this city is quite useful. I could start to get a bunch of relics. Now, I don't have reliquaries, which would be the really useful thing. But I'm building Christo in another city, so that could be quite handy. Do relics exist? Have people got them? Yes. It's pretty cheap as well. Yeah, go on, man. I'll take that. 16 tourism. Doesn't really work at the moment against the AI, but it will do eventually. As you can see, we now have the maximum bonus for now of tourism against the AI. I am generating about 2.5 tourists per turn, as is Georgia. For the moment, I'm only just beginning to win. I need a lot more tourism. What do I normally say? 1,500? I think that would be pretty close as an estimate. We'll go for that. New national park. It's an entire city just based around this one park. I love it. There's even a marsh in it, and I'm still finding it really beautiful. Electricity. That means computers is only 1 tech away. National park in my capital. That's a big one. Hopefully this will mean that my capital will, it's going to force itself to be happy very soon. Once you see this number hit 0, amenities from luxury resources, the game physically cannot reallocate them away. It has to just accept that you are happy, which is difficult for it to do. We have taken to the skies. When going for a cultural victory, I always say, reserve the right to bomb your opponents. You never know when it'll be handy. I think I'm picking up almost 3 tourists per turn now. That's really good. More prosats. More, I say, more. When you have a high faith economy, one of the best things you can do is spam cities. Just spam them. Like, just crazy, because all you're using them for at this point is national parks. Find the areas of the map that you can build them and then get them in. And that tourism on one park will be really quite important. Like if I just show you a random park like this one, 18 per turn. That's worth settling a city. Go as wide as you can. Got another settler over here. I've got my capital cranking them out. Magnus is still doing the good work. I feel good about it, especially because we've got Renaissance wars popping up everywhere. All of those carry intrinsic tourism as well. Every time I get a city to 20 population, we get another 10 tourism. It's just these little modifiers that are starting to stack, like another one over there as well. Grow, my pretties, grow. Computers is really good. That's another 120 tourism or so, but I think it's cruel when a flood literally hits a city that I'm in the process of fixing. Like, I'm here. Leave it alone. I'm fixing the last flood. You'd think I'd put a dam down on these areas, but no. I refuse on principle. I refuse. Every flood is probably the last, right? That's what I'm thinking to myself. Professional sports. Now we can go for ski resorts. Just a little bit of extra tourism on more fiddly cities. Reckon I can make a ski resort out of this volcano? That would be fun. Quick, ski down the red slope. Oh no, that's not a red slope. That's lava. Again, settling cities with the sole and pure intention of making national parks. works. I can't do at the moment because these 2 tiles aren't good enough, but don't worry. That's why we build the forests. I wonder how many of my cities are going to need flood barriers. Hopefully not too many. Maybe more than I'd like to admit. The modern era. It won't help me in any way, but I think I'm going to go to arms just in case I want to declare a very cheap and cheerful war against the culture leader, or if I decide to go and, conquer Hungary, or maybe even steal some wonders from Georgia. Forbidden City, that's a good wonder. Pamukkale, that makes all of my water park and entertainment complex buildings better. I mean, there's a lot to like in Georgia's land, that's all I'm saying. Voting time. I'm voting up for World's Fair. I'm going to give the points to Georgia because Georgia has crazy... Oh no, even Gaul has crazy points. Tourism from relics doubled? I don't have many great works, that's fine. And I'm going to sneak through, if I can, cotton. Let's make duplicates of cotton work well. That's where all my power's going to go. No, it got banned. It was worth a try. Oh, writing has been doubled though. I do have some slots for writing. Useful. Oh, I can't put woods on that tile, can I? It's snow. It looked like tundra for a second. All right, no, that's fine. We'll just build it elsewhere. We can do this. We can do this. We're terraforming for the sake of nature. Some may call this a frozen wasteland city. I call it a beautiful snowtopia. Want to see an update on my spidery little railroad as well? My capital's now connecting out to everything. Slowly, very slowly, but very methodically. Professional sports. This often isn't very useful, but stadiums actually give 5 tourism if the population of a city is 20 or higher. So I can actually use that ability, which in itself is wonderful. Bam! Beautiful stadium cities. We should now see every single city begin to creep towards being ecstatic, whether or not it wants to be or not. That's the hope anyway. Oh, I fell. Especially in my inland cities. I mean, look at the appeal. In the marsh of doom. Yeah, all the mountains around here, I'm going to immediately start to put in snow resorts, ski resorts, whatever it is. It's a resort where snow visits. I think that's what this must be. I literally just built that. Why did the lava go straight into the stadium bucket? Oh, that is what we call just mean. Just mean. 2 more population, 20 cities have appeared, by the way. They're looking good. They're looking awesome. And I can start building things like Chichen Itza in 6 turns because of the crazy production. I do like that. I do like that as a potential idea, but I think I'm going to start building a few theatre squares now. Oh, Congo out of the game. Hang on. And that's a Hussar army. We need to run in here pretty quick. I'll get a knight there and we'll start bombing the city. I mean, how best to liberate it than bomb it? That's what I say. Another stadium now over here and we can get my favorite question mark wonder? A stadio. Oh, this is a good one. And we've got a lot of extra production towards it as well because it's 20 population, so 30% boost. We're now hitting that very handy time where I'm expanding into the 5th ring of tiles around my capital, which means national parks and the stuff that I can't work. Excellent. Now I've been just waiting to liberate Congo City and I've been stopping the bombs because this Hussar army just lingering outside is really kind of annoying. I need to guarantee that when I attack the city, I will get the kill. Otherwise, it's all going to go horribly wrong. So when I bomb it, oh, you see, like, there you go. When I bomb it, I need to make sure that I absolutely am guaranteed to take it over, which I think I'm going to be with this attack there. Bam. And the knight comes in. Yeah, there we go. That's why I was holding off. Liberate. They'll love me because of it. Oh, they won't love me that much because of it, but hopefully the city's stable now. Oh, friendship. Hey, cultural alliance. Hey, quick, just send them the alliance before they realize what they've done. Here's Christo Redentor. That one relic I have is now even better. Huzzah! Hooray for minuscule differences. Not impressed? Not impressed by that? Quick, be distracted by my railroad. Nothing to see here but rail. Another city right in the middle of this continent because, again, I think I can fit about 4 national parks into it if I'm really careful. There are so many around. It's just worth it. It just works. Did someone say car park wonder? I think you did. It's a car park wonder. It gives 6 culture to every city and 2 amenities to every city. Lovely. And there's the car park. Yay! Did you know in Civ, if a city has a wonder with a car park in it, then hidden into the game code is a little mechanic that says that that city is 85% cooler. Just a little hidden fact for you there. Oh, we just got hit by a flood as I was on 19 population. Why do you tease me so? Georgia is the current culture leader and I have unlocked rock bands. Do I want to use rock bands? Oh, that's always the choice, isn't it? I don't know. I think I'm going to keep with national parks just for a few turns. They're working really well for me. I like the stable source of tourism. Another city has liberated itself up in the north. Well, I better send over the liberation bomber. Then I can get it over into my empire and we can make some more national parks. Oh yes, the liberation bomber loves this sort of work. Are you concerned about your independence? Well, the liberation bomber can help you. More national parks. Over 800 tourism now. My intention is to make this entire island just one huge national park. I think that's a fair and reasonable thing to do. Sarah Breedlove, I've been rushing merchant points for her specifically. 25% extra tourism towards anyone I've got a trade route to, which is everyone. The other thing I am very tempted by is the naughty government, because 3 people right now have all gone for it. I wouldn't normally rush fascism if I was going for a culture victory, but I mean, that's 20% extra with everyone, and I take a penalty with other people, but it's George. George is the one I'm looking at because I need to peg her culture back more than anyone else's. We'll work it out. A new city! Thank you, Coupe. I mean, I could liberate it and try and get Coupe to like me more, but I think I'll keep it. It's not a difficult decision, really. Almost at social media, though. 50% extra tourism to everyone. That's another 400 per turn. I think we're gonna start to really pull towards the AI now. I need 1,500 tourism, though, so we're about halfway. Keep rushing it. Keep rushing it. Keep those commercial hub projects going. Once you get to social media, so many things begin to just make sense. Extra tourism is brilliant, but collective activism means that you then get more culture, which helps you to get more tourism and more tourism. So it spirals really quickly. The other thing I need to work on is Mohenjo-Daro, and we did find Hong Kong. 20% towards city projects. Huge. Give me all of your envoys, world. All of them. I've even started to rush archaeological museums in a bunch of cities as well, because we're about to get Mary Leakey, and she gives tons of tourism from artifacts. So there's a lot of synergy going on right now, and even better than that, got some more naturalists on the way. Hello, Shah. Gonna use you on a particular wonder, I think. Especially because even just placing this wonder over a marsh, I know it's painful, but even placing it now means that these trade routes are up to 17 food. It's ridiculous money. Ridiculous money. Food and production and everything good. Eiffel Tower. All tiles of my civilization gain 2 appeal, apart from mountains, which is a little bit annoying, but my national parks should all gain at least 6 to 8 extra tourism and then multipliers on top of that, I hope. We're on 900 tourism per turn, but it looks like that's gone up considerably now. 1,100. Yeah, we gained 200 tourism just from Eiffel Tower. Wow. Adding this up, I'm now getting about 6 to 7 tourists per turn, and we've got -1 on Georgia, so we're catching her up. 5 per turn, 220 to go, so that's about 70, 80 turns? 90. All right. You just wait until the multipliers come in. Oh, yes, okay. Let's get Sarah in. She is brilliant for tourism. Okay, let me show you how much difference this makes. Take a look at this with Georgia at the moment. We have a different government, but we do have a trade route and open borders, so we're getting 1,500 tourism per turn. Firstly, we'll use Sarah Breedlove to increase the rate of tourism on trade routes by 25%, and then we go to online communities, which boosts it by another 50%. We'll also put collective activism in just for the hell of it. It was 1,500, now it's 2,400. That's like 60% more. I love it. I'm now gaining about 10 tourists per turn, 2 of which are from Georgia. So now she's only gaining 1 per turn, which means I'm gaining 9 per turn. Yeah, that's sped up significantly. I'm even putting down lovely seaside resorts now. 15 tourism from that 1 tile. That's really good. Another 20 population city. How many of these we got now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're working on the rest. Keep national parks going down. Getting ever closer to that 1,500. Mary Leakey. Let's start upping the tourism on these museums significantly. So normally these artifacts are worth 9 tourism, and I'm doubling it with my card. If I use Mary Leakey, they're now worth 36, so they're effectively quadrupled. Wow. Yeah, more museums. More museums, I think. I got Bolshoi. Yay! That gives a bunch of civics, actually. Environmentalism, the final piece in the puzzle. I've gone above 1,500 now, as well as capitalism and class struggle. My lord, I'm a lucky Ursa. I'm actually gaining more tourism from Georgia than they're producing themselves defensively. They are gaining 0 tourists per turn at the moment, and all of the other tourists I'm gaining 12 on them every turn. This is lovely. Also, I don't actually think it's going to do anything for me, apart from make the appeal of marshes better. But here's biosphere. If I did have any renewable power right now, this would be generating tons of tourism, but I haven't got Cardiff, I haven't got the government, and I haven't been spamming down power improvements. I've got the occasional dam, but that's about it. So yeah, not going to be as effective as usual. Still, always good fun to see, and the appeal of this area should... Yeah, that's much better now. We love marsh. We love it around the country. It's brilliant. Now give me uranium. I want it to be my uranium. Oh, don't you just hate it when the AI picks up some big culture boost from a Eureka or something like that and gains about 60 tourists in one go? I was literally just... it's not even the moon landing. Don't know what it is, but like, please give it back. All right, let's make a test. We're gaining 4,100 with Georgia at the moment. I'm going to switch to synthetic technocracy, which gives me minus 10 tourism, and we're going to gain a minus 20% penalty with everyone. So this is minus 30% tourism, but every city will have 9 power because of biosphere, and that will give me more tourism. I believe this is worth doing, but let's test this out now. Let it all adjust itself out, and it looks like it's exactly the same. It has made no difference whatsoever. Oh man, shows you how important Cardiff is. Still good, I can get a better government though, so that in itself is useful. It reckons it's going to take 4 turns. It had better. When in doubt, a naturalist. Make the whole world a national park. Yes. Barbarians hate this one neat trick. Oh no, a wooden quadrireme has been found by an ironclad. Now it's a battleship. I've just realized we've almost now drained Congo of every single tourist they've got. Oh wow. That would be worrying if that runs out. We'd be effectively handicapping ourselves by 20% tourism. Oh, that would be painful. Yep, just as we feared. As we're about to win the game, oh, that volcano's gone off again. Stop going off. Congo's out of tourists. Just as we're about to win. No! Quick, to the moon instead. I don't know why I was doing this, to be honest. I guess for the culture boost. I don't know. Oh no, we're all right. We're all right. So effectively, nobody lives in this city anymore. Every single tourist they've ever had is now in my empire. Does this mean that this is kind of my vassal state? Is Congo mine now? That's what I'm going to say. Da, 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 da. It's a culture victory. I reckon the stats of this is going to be quite funny. Winston Churchill. Wow. That's more score than I normally get on a culture victory. There's the building constructed. Cities captured. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Congo. You settle towards me. What can I say? Founded, the most. Districts, the most. Culture, it's a big old line. Gold, wow. Actually, it was Hungary that had the most gold by some distance there. Faith was all me. Science was all me, but it was only about turn 180 that I took over on that one. And score, yeah, Georgia had a game. What a game they had. Blimey. Religions founded, didn't get one. Wonders constructed towards the end. I built a lot. You know what? There's a few things I've taken away from this game. Firstly, sometimes games just fall apart, and that's totally fine. We picked this game up at about turn 130, and I looked at it and went, this is all going wrong. It's okay to take a break, come back, reevaluate your strategy mid-game, work out what is your play, what are you trying to do, and go again. This was a total reset game. We went from rubbish to pretty good. Second, as we all know, Sukritact is a legend, and this version of Khmer, I would very much recommend you have a go. A lot of fun. This beret, lots of fun. Temple Mountains, what did I get my trade routes to? 18 food and 16 production. I even missed communism. That's the ridiculous thing. Hang on. Let's just build up these trade routes as much as they can for a laugh. Here you go. 22 food, 20 production. Just ridiculous. I mean, that took a lot of setup, but if you haven't played Sukritact mods, this is a really good one to start because it's basically a Civ you know, but a little bit better. Even is it better? It's weird. I actually think the holy site mechanic isn't as good. The extra food you get from holy sites, I think, is reliably better at the beginning of the game, and I don't think I adjusted to it very well. Thirdly, don't settle your capital next to a volcano. Why is the stadium on fire again? It's like a barbecue. It's like a little instantaneous barbecue you'd put on a beach. What is this? The penguins are just looking at it going, really? No, yeah, you better turn your back and walk away. This was the penguins. These are the penguins from Madagascar. They've set fire to the stadium. The last thing I'll take away from this game, never, ever underestimate the power of a Prasat. 10 tourists just on this one holy site. What is my best tile? There is a tie. There is a 12 down there, a theatre square with some archaeological museums in it, and exactly the same. There you go. I really hope you're enjoying Civ 6 content. If you enjoyed this series, if you could like the video, if you could subscribe to the channel. The algorithm with 6.6 at the moment is brutal. It is not a new game. Interest in it is waning slightly, so any help you can give the algorithm is huge. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. It has been a pleasure. Grow your cities to 20 population, leave them loads of room, and you too can have an absolute chonkathor with these roots. I've been Ursa, goodbye! And finally, a very special shout out goes to Glorious Petra, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Portland, Clint Hennis, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Skeptical Bear, Cinnamon Beard, Radiatore, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, Polar Beret, El Truant, Creston, RB Hedged, Mushkin Mandletort, Deeble Time, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman, Dr. Bobby, Polar Wallabear, Mixomatosis, MTG Golfman, Victor McPupster, Indigenous 68, Technology Poet, Teddy Ursa, Zaf, Barnaby Rex, Sharky Bates, Charlie Bears, Flying Dutch Burbs, Nate the Great, Alex Frost, Joseph Biancani, Interplanet Janet, Mr. Awesome, Frankincense Battlezord, Sleepy Lab, Bookaluk79. Thank you everyone for your support. See you all in the next video. Goodbye!